5-minute intro. Shoot. Just gonna piggyback off of the opener set. The way I know the moon landing was fake, right?
Okay.
Because there's no civilization going on, nobody lives over there, right? Like all I'm saying is, any place white people land, they never leave. Just saying. All right, now that we got that out of the way. Fuck this. I haven't walked a crowd in a while. I'm 2 for 2. Sweet.
It's hard to tell moon landing jokes. Boy.
You can talk about the N-word, the hard ER. Don't touch moon landing. Sacred. Happy anniversary, y'all. Yeah. A little bit about me, though. I'm going to talk about myself now, because that's what comics do. We're narcissists. Just talk about us, you know. Good news. I just settled my insurance with Geico. I'm just kidding. No, I finally settled all my child custody stuff. Right? Thank you. Yeah, finally over. 2 years. Right? And we're sitting there getting ready to settle, sign. The lawyer shows up and they said, she wants a part of your comedy money. Yes! She's never been to a show. She doesn't know what this looks like. All she's seen is a flyer. She doesn't know who shows up. Like, look at this. You can have half of this. Please fill in half of this. That's all I'm saying. No diss. But yeah, no, she asked for a half of my comedy money. I'm like, I only get paid in beer and food. You can have half my plate? Like, that's about it. But funny thing is, though, I was with her when I started comedy, and this is the most supportive she has ever been of my comedy. Yes. Like, she's calling me up at like midnight, like, hey, what are you doing August 17th? I'm like, watching our kid. Not in anymore. Nope, I got us a babysitter. You got a show. We getting $250. Go. Yeah. It's a long way to go to get a manager, but I finally got one. That's perfect. Yeah, she's doing all the legwork. This is cool. I'll take half of that. 125. Shit. Buy a lot of meals and a lot of beer. Damn. I tried hot yoga for the first time. Many people do. Yeah. Nice. You get your chakras lined up and everything. I was in there. No, just looking in there, checking out those asses and fluorescent thongs.
Oh my god.
They got yoga thongs. Like, this is stupid. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess like those like wide poses. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I didn't write any shit about that, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Well, so I was in there, and like the guy who's leading the class, I don't know what you call him, like a master or sensei. Like, he's, you know, so we're all in there doing these poses, and he says, look inward. So I'm like, okay. And then he keeps saying, like, look inward. Okay, I'm doing this. You guys ever like hear somebody say something and they say it over and over and like just like it sounds funny? Look inward. Like, open up my eyes and like broke all concentration. And I'm like, do you hear this? And that, I'm like, oh, you know, okay. And now he's standing next to me. He's looking up at me like, look inward. I snapped. It was still early. I wasn't like calm. I choked the shit out of him. I was like, hey man, you call me N-word one more time, I'm gonna fuck you up. Right? Like in front of everybody, he's like, no. I mean, like, look within thyself. I was like, oh shit. I'm sorry. People are staring at me now. I'm like, I'm sorry. Even now, I'm kind of shaking. Misunderstanding. He walks away. These niggas are crazy. I was like, oh! Kick his ass. I kicked his ass. I was like, I knew I was right about you. I watch a lot of TV. people are talking about, like getting more diversity on television, which I am all for. I'm all for this. I don't think, though, as a nation, we are ready for a black ghost hunter. We are not ready for this. Think about it. My main problem with this is, I don't think that a black ghost hunter is going to go inside the home, right? I think he's going to be on the front lawn interviewing neighbors. Hey, bruh, hey, man, hey, say, bruh. Hey, y'all ever seen any bullshit going over here? Yeah? Okay. Cut. Go into the next house. Right? I think gonna be full episodes, a commercial break. The closest I think that we would get to a black ghost hunter is a black sound guy. I think we are ready for this. Even then, limitations. Can't do it all. If you guys have ever watched Ghost Hunters and you guys have heard the screams cut off mid-scream, just ah! That is a black sound guy that's quit his fucking job. He's like, fuck this shit. He's taking chords. This is my shit anyway. I gotta take these back. Let's get out of here. Taking all this with me. Someone told me that I talk about race a lot. I don't mean to. It's just you talk about what you know. And that's I deal with it every day. I walk out and I just it's just thrown in my face. I went out drinking, chilling, vibing. This guy comes up to me, I'm about to walk to the bar, and it's hey man, dude put his hand on my chest. I was we about to fight. It's hot yoga all over again. I was hey. He stops me, he's what are you? What? It's what are you? I'm my dad's black, mom's Navajo. He's someone lied to you. Look deeper. What? Look deeper, man. And he's look. He's your cheekbones very regal. He's you're you gotta be some Lost Islander. You look like a Samoan prince, and y'all look like y'all hella late. Just saying. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. Playing. I don't want no smoke. I'm just playing. I had to get one off. They didn't come here to see me. They came here to see Ty. So I'm gonna. Who's this guy? I got to get off stage. Anyway, so I'm there, and this guy's just telling me you look like an islander, you're a lost prince, lost, you got royal blood in you. I'm he's just going on and on. I'm what? And then at the end he says, my name's Chuck. This is not how you break the ice. Say hi. Ask me what type of song I like. I was what the fuck? So I told him, I was these are my parents. He's someone lied. So I had to go home, ask my parents. I was what am I? They're you're our kid, stupid. I'm Chuck told me you were gonna say that. He was convincing. Now, I'm convinced. I'm the lost Hawaiian prince. I'm on the phone with Disney, told my story. I got my daughter convinced she's this Disney princess. I'm baby, we about to come up. Trust me. It's in the works. Y'all getting an exclusive. But yeah, it's a bunch of, all the time. Just because I was born in the 80s. People didn't know what a native and black child was gonna look like. I was still this rare hybrid breed. No one knew. Is he gonna be tall? Is he gonna be a drunk, short and wide, something? And I pop out. My whole life, people told me don't drink. You're half native. You will be an alcoholic. No question. You will be an alcoholic. They didn't tell me look all of the other things that these races deal with, hey, you're half black, white girls will be chasing after you. Look out. Right? It's gonna happen. I wasn't ready for it. I'm a slow runner. I'm oh, he caught me, bitch. Some other things that they didn't warn me about, Navajos, when it comes to weight gain, we get fat in our faces first. I'm just gonna say it. No one told me about this. I'm prepping for the alcohol. I'm okay, I'm doing all I can to not be an alcoholic. Once I hit 26, bam, fat face, chubby cheeks, double chin, 4-pack. Like, this don't make no sense. Like, I'm like the most awkward body who just fucking just like out. I'm like, this is some bullshit. Wasn't ready, you know? So now here I am, you know, like, I gotta, like, so, like, what I got to do, like, so, I hardly ever drink. I'm not an alcoholic, right? But what I got to do, like, but what I did get from being native, you know, fat face and my awesome storytelling ability,
Yeah.
right? Which is like, a black man who was a good liar is a deadly combo. So watch out. Also, when I was speaking of being a baby, I found out that I was an accidental pregnancy. I was an oops baby. Any oops babies? Yeah? That makes a lot of sense. I get it. Yeah. No, me. Yeah. I wasn't planned. I'm the oldest kid. And I was talking to my mom, right, and she was like, you know, like kids ask, like, you know, like what happened, like when I was born, like not like how was I made, but like were you guys like crying, were you guys like throwing like a fucking party or some shit? And she had told me that her and my dad broke up, and she had said, then I found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh shit, that sucks. And then it sunk in. I'm like, I'm the oldest. Like, fuck. I also found out that my brother is the favorite child. Like, you can always tell, like, by, like, the names that all your siblings have, like, who's the favorite. Like, I asked my dad how my brother Jordan got his name, and he was like, I went hiking, I got to the mountaintop, and I drank from the fresh spring water. It's like, really serious. I got up there, I meditated, I saw God's face. I came back down, and God blessed me with his name. And then he started speaking in tongues. You know, so I'm like hyped. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna have like a badass story. This is about to be off the chain. I'm like, well, you know, I'm happy. I'm like, how did I get mine? It's like, oh shit, man. You know, it was like day 3. They were kicking us out the hospital. I'm like, Jamar, fuck it, like throw it out. This sucks. So my dad just turned 61, and you know, like you don't ever think about. You believe this? You believe this? Nah, I got the TV loud. Hold on. This guy is real rude. He's just talking. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm so sorry about this.
Ian, so it's okay.
This is Ian's show. Where the hell is Ian? He hasn't been here for a single comic. Yeah, he's like, freaking Ian, I want to film all these sets. He got me hyped. This is why I showed up. I called my baby mama. I'm like, yo, what are you doing tonight? I need you as a sitter. You're getting paid $60. You're going to make 30, right? I called my baby mama for this shit. Ian's not even here. I'm gonna film it. It's gonna be on Amazon Prime. Fucking Ian.
It's the next one. This one's like the trial.
It's the trial. He didn't tell me this.
I'm the manager, so.
And she's the manager, and he didn't have to get her pregnant. Like.
And I'm still paid for coming in.
Yeah.
It's rough over
Ian
there.
just put me up on game major.
It's
Like,
rough.
she's the manager. Like, he didn't have to go through his baby mama. He's got the major hookup. He doesn't even have to like show up, watch all of us like struggle for laughs. Ian, I'm gonna give him shit when he gets here.
You better.
I will. I will.
I'm mad too.
You better be shaving that musty ass beard. That's all I'm saying. Old ass excuse. I'm tired of seeing that damn rug on his face. You better have that shit lined up and like beard butter all like dripping.
I
What's
sit
in?
every day.
Yes. That's my man. That rug could be throwing good all up on this. I don't know.
I don't want to know.
You ain't gotta answer that. Anyway, though, back to my dad. Fuck Ian. I'm real hurt. He's outside mad because we're stuck in here with 12 people. Nah, he got the good vodka outside. He ain't sharing with.
No, he does have the good vodka. He picks the cheap
No?
stuff.
What's he drinking? Like Crystal Palace?
No, he picks
Wolf
the
Schmidt?
cheap stuff. Importers.
Importers. Is it in a plastic bottle? It's in a oh shit! That's how you know it's bad. Why are you still with him?
Oh, so, you know what he bought? And we're like, okay, we'll buy something better. So we go to the store and we should buy some rock.
Okay, all right, y'all writers, that's what's up. Yes, check him, please. He's over here bragging like, "Hey, yo, son, I got the good vodka outside."
No. Don't.
You know somebody's full of shit when they brag about what they have, but they don't ever offer any. You just like talk about like I got like top grade like Ciroc, but it's like okay, well, where is it? And like they just leave. Sucks. I'm real mad now. Like.
Don't trust him. Trust us.
You better show up with some food. Like, Ian better be working for Uber Eats part-time. That's all I'm saying. That is like. Anyway, though, back to my dad. Back to my dad. Hey, so my dad just turned 61, and like you don't ever like think about like your parents aging, getting older, like what they got to go through to get older, and it hit me like. So I'm in his car. I got a coffee cup, right, and I'm about to sit it in the cup holder, and I almost spilled it, and so I had to pull up the center console to make sure that I sat it in right. When I did that, 2 Viagra tablets sitting right there. I'm like, no, what? Even worse, one was cut in half. Like my daddy can't even handle a whole pill. He gets a half pill. I'm like, oh, this is so like, come on. I'm like, no, daddy, no. Even worse, I found out that it's hereditary because I'm going through it now. After I turned 30, she's like, what? I'm a shower, not a grower. I'm just. No. After I turned 30, I'm sorry, man. He was like, after I turned 30, right? Like, okay, so when I was in college, right, I was with, you know, I'll be getting with girls. I had a move, like, you know, if I got tired, I was winded. He wouldn't be winded. I let him do all the work. I just lay back. She gets hers, goes to sleep. Cool. High five, right? Like, cool. Now I'm tired. He's tired. I'm like, come on, please, please, please. Don't move. Have you guys ever seen Boys in the Hood? Like, I had nicknamed my dick Ricky. I used to call him Darth Vader. No, because the helmet, you know, just. I'm looking down, and he's just like. Ricky! Shadow boxing in the shower like Cuba. I just spent way too much time up here just talking shit to these poor people. I'm so sorry. Thank you y'all for coming out. Appreciate y'all. Give it up for Kevin Kennedy putting this on. Have a good night. My name is Jamar Hall. Peace.